Hey, this is Jonas, and our indie game Islanders literally launches in just a couple of days, so I thought I'd show you what I've been up to. In the morning, I meet up with the team for a little conference call. In Trello, we collect all of the things we still want to do and discuss, and then in the morning we just go through our to-discuss area here. And my next tasks are making a Linux build, and then performance optimization. Problem is, I don't even have a Linux PC to test on. Oopsie! And I've never built a game for Steam before, which apparently is not super duper easy either. I'm gonna go through that process now, and then I'm gonna tell you what I've learned. Okay, turns out you upload your games to Steam via Steam command, which is a command line type thingy. I managed to figure it out in an hour or two because there are pretty decent tutorials on how to do that. And I also decided to install Linux on my old laptop. I've heard that it's a good idea to defragment your hard drive first, so that's what I did forever. And then after that we can install Linux. Next thing I had a look at is the frame debugger in Unity, which I also haven't used before. And it's basically a tool that shows you why certain things cannot be batched together. Batch count, definitely an important performance factor on a lot of machines. I'm still in pyjama, but that will change now because I'll go for a quick run with one of my friends. As you might know, I also do daily live streams, so now it was time for that. And in the live streams I usually work on another project called Will You Snail, a crazy little platformer about escaping the grasps of an evil AI. You might wonder, why do I not stream Islanders development? The reason is simply just that there's not really anything interesting to do for that at the moment. Working on Will You Snail simply makes for a better stream, and it mixes the day up a little bit for me. It's not as dull as just worrying about technical issues. This was the result of the stream, just a little bit of extra polish for the tower defense levels of the game. Okay, we're done with our morning call. All of the tasks are assigned. I'll just keep working on the Linux build and on the performance of the game. So I finally managed to install Linux on my machine, but nothing is ever as easy as it seems. For some reason, the download button for Islanders is non-existent. So that's the kind of problems I'm struggling with here. I can't download Islanders for Linux. And the way to fix that is obviously to go into the Steamworks web interface and checking which one of the 1 million settings you got wrong. And tada, somehow I found it. But there's no size, it doesn't download anything. It's instantly finished, and now when I click play, I get an error message. And I just couldn't figure it out. Same with the performance improvements. I couldn't figure out what was breaking our batches, why dynamic batching was not working for our game. What does one do in a case like that, right? You just leave a post in the Unity forum and then you start working on something else, which in my case were achievements. When you place a building with 25 points or more, for example, you get an achievement. And now that I've made these changes, I'll use Git to upload them, so the rest of the team will get those changes as well. Alright, no conflicts. And then during the live stream I built a new puzzle mechanic for Will You Snail. There are a bunch of very different level types in Will You Snail, and these puzzles are one of them. And what's new here are these red corrupted antennas. My alarm clock sounds like birds. That's what I get up to at 8:40. Energized for a new day. Or maybe sometimes not quite as energized, but you know, it sounds better this way. I was in a bit of pain due to some health issues. I'll spare you the details. Nothing major, nothing to worry about. But getting some coding in was a nice distraction. The new plan was to improve the performance by batching things manually, which basically means merging all of the meshes together that don't move. And obviously that broke the game entirely. Didn't expect anything else. At one point the game even looked like this. Looks like Wall-E tried to clean up Islanders. And after a while I finally managed to get it working. Or so I thought I did, because actually a lot of the normals are still broken. If you have any ideas how to transform normals from object space to world space, please let me know, because transform.transformVector does not work. Nice. That turned into a pretty cool puzzle on accident. For Will You Snail, we made a pretty surprising amount of progress on stream. I just wanted to build a couple of puzzles, but we actually managed to finish the entire bubblegum section of the game. Now all that's left to do is the final boss fight. Okay. Bis dann.
Nice.
Bis dann. Ciao.
Bis dann. Ciao, ciao.
And for breakfast, I'll have the sushi from yesterday. I just uploaded a couple of new builds to Steam, to the beta branch. No, I wanna see if it finally works on Linux. Please work on Linux. And play game. Oh, it's starting. Nice. What the hell is with this cursor? Why is it so big? No, I can't click anything. Linux! Little disclaimer, Islanders has only been officially announced for Windows. I was definitely a bit frustrated with the Linux project at the time, so I just continued working on something else. Performance improvements, trying to figure out why dynamic batching wasn't working for us. I think I managed to find the reasons, multiple light sources for example, and so I think dynamic batching is just not an option for us. But I'm still pretty positive that we'll find a way to get the performance to a decent level till launch. We'll see though, we'll see. I'll try my best. For Will You Snail, I got started on working on the final boss section of the game, which I think turned out pretty great so far. It already feels quite crazy and glitchy, which is exactly how it's supposed to feel. My Fridays are usually entirely spent on editing new YouTube videos, so this video you're watching right now was edited today, on Friday, which means I didn't make a lot of other progress, but I want to talk with you about how I feel about launching my first game to Steam. First of all, when will it be out? The answer to that is 4th of April, in case you haven't picked up on that yet. That is next week. Write it into your calendar, please, and check out link in description. Is it scary to launch your first game to Steam? For me, the answer is definitely yes. But it's not as scary as I thought it would be. And I think that is mostly due to the fact that I'm not in this alone, I have a team to back me up, and on top of that I'm pretty confident in the product we created, so I'm pretty sure it will not go horribly wrong. Worst thing that could happen is maybe the game has some weird bug and it doesn't run properly on most machines. Or maybe there are performance issues, or maybe people just don't get the game and quit too early before it starts getting fun. Okay, there are a couple of things that could go wrong, but let's not think about that too much because, yeah, that freaks me out a little bit. Then what are our plans for the future of this game? Actually, we don't have any concrete ones. We obviously want to keep fixing all of the bugs, improve the performance as much as possible, maybe bring the game to Linux and Mac if we manage to make that happen. We're also thinking about porting the game to the Switch or to mobile. However, none of that is confirmed yet. We're just thinking about our options. Some people have requested a creative mode or mod support. Can't confirm any of that either, but those are kind of the things that are standing in the room for now. Adding more content to the game is obviously something we'd like to do as well. Adding more buildings, adding more islands. However, first of all, we'll see how the game performs on launch, and then we'll decide if it's worth it and what to do next. Expect to see some more awesome game dev content on this YouTube channel in the near future. I'll keep you posted, and I also hope you'll enjoy Islanders. Have fun building your cities. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer every single one of them. See you next week. Bye.